Good morning, Philippines. Mabuhay world. Yeah, another Sunday morning. Cheerful. Dull. A little bit anyway. It'll probably brighten up later. The dogs are out early this morning. The pups, there they are. Yeah, mischievous as usual. And this one's guilty. He's been stealing some food from the puppy. That's that one there. So this one here, Choo Choo is what we call him, the cheeky one. Noisy at night. He won't be getting much food later. He's had some of the pup's food already, so it's his own fault. Anyway, let's carry on with our journey today and catch up with the shopping. Yeah, there's our fence this side of the garden, and all the way on the other side of the garden, which is the other side of the fence, going onto that land. As you can see, it's all flooded there. Yeah, we had the council around, came to check it out after the complaints that we've had, not just from ourselves but from neighbours as well. So it's working slowly but surely. The word's getting out, but things need to be done and sorted so there's no more flooding. That means things need to go right with the drainage system that's outside. As you can see, there is a ditch that needs some kind of work on to stop it from overflowing and flooding our land and neighbouring lands as well, especially next doors. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date with that. Well guys, I am stuck in this trike again. They're just loading up the drinks, as in the Coke, some energy drinks, beer, etc. for the shop. So I'll just give you a quick show of the beautiful sunshine we have. Yeah. So yeah, it's still warm weather. It's still cloudy. I know it's not as cold as you guys have got and you're suffering with. I really do wish I can send a bit of this heat over to you guys. We are now off to San France to do the second part of our shopping today. Salamat. The old Jolly Bee. We're on film today.
Change venue.
Hey, change the
Change
venue. Why?
Maybe.
Do you think they'll have tea or coffee in here? Do you have coffee? I love a coffee. Something off my throat.
No coffee now.
Hey?
10 o'clock more than Look there.
Oh, what where? What's that?
Yes, they can see.
Beautiful view. Oh yeah. And this is San France, folks. And up there in that direction see if I can zoom in. That's the volcano, supposedly, behind those trees. We're just going to one of our favourite shopping malls. It shouldn't take too long, we're just taking a shortcut. The volcano that's in front of us at the moment, I don't know what we would do if that did go off one day, because if it did, it would just cover the whole state of San Francisco where we are at the moment, although it has been dormant for centuries. Well folks, just unpacking the rest of these boxes that we got from the shops here in Prosperidad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last week we bought 6 kitchen rolls. When my dearly beloved wife and I were living in Hereford, we were only getting what, 2 rolls a week, and we'd still have some left over before we go the following week to get the shopping. We got 2 wells, one of them is manual and the other one's electric, so we call them over here dip wells. The manual one is obviously by hand, but the electric one we have to just unplug it and plug it back in when we need it. So during the daytime we unplug it, so then it saves any energy going through for the motor. So before I had the electric cable and the plug in the other room coming through the wall, so I've removed it from there and brought it all the way around this one, all the way around this side, made a hole in the concrete brought it through the wall so as I can plug it in this side. Now, I normally say that, well, living here in the Philippines, a different climate, but I tell you, it's a big challenge for me. I'll have to tell you that now. I've gone through quite a lot at the moment within the last couple of weeks. There have been a few problems, hiccups along the way. When I told you about, I thought I had gallstones last week. I'm suffering with it. They were just the symptoms of it. I didn't have any sharp pains like I had a few years ago, in which that did end up me being in hospital. But this time around, I was sick. I was sick as a dog, and being sick out the window. Luckily enough, there's nothing outside that window apart from waste ground that needs to be resurfaced. So yeah, I was sick as a dog, and it wasn't too bad, but once I started taking warm water, because that's what my wife does, she drinks warm water sometimes, and she's encouraged me to take it, which I do, and I tell you, it is really beneficial. It really does help. With me drinking as much warm water as possible, it seemed to have eased. The pain I had was more heavy than a sharp pain, a digging pain. So it cleared up after a few minutes. You know, about an hour afterwards, I was fit as rain again, fit as a fiddle. So anyway, apart from that, I survived last week. I didn't have to go to see the doctor or anything. So if any of you have experienced having an ingrowing toenail, I tell you, it's painful. And I thought, well, I'd check out YouTube. Apparently YouTube is my doctor at the moment. But I checked it out, and they did suggest many good things. And I tried some of them. As the good thing was, I was lucky enough to get underneath the part that was growing into my toe. I got underneath the toenail itself with a very fine pair of scissors and sort of lifted it a little bit, and then got in there with these special clippers. I'll see if I can find them to describe them to you, what I used. That's them. These. Get a pair of those and you can't go wrong. I used those to cut it, because the cutting of the toenail, especially if it's hard, these are the best ones to use for cutting toenails, no matter what size they are, as in your nails. But that helps tremendously. And then to lift the nail from the side of the skin, I use these scissors, very fine, just sort of getting underneath the actual nail, and luckily enough I managed to lift it a little bit, whereas I can chop some of that nail out. And this morning when I got up from bed, oh, before I forget, after I sorted it out last night, clipping as much nail off as possible, I then put some alcohol on it, some of this stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, no. Antiseptic disinfectant, right? And that is what I had to use with a cotton bud right between the toenail and the skin where it needed treating. That was after I took the nail away, so that's no problem. That's sorted out. And then today, coming home from the shops, coming through that damn gate, being so small the way it is, bang, right into it. I just had to stand there in shock with my hand on my head, rubbing it to sort of soothe it. And then all of a sudden I took my hand out and saw blood on my hand. But to show my dearly beloved, she said to me that, oh no, you haven't split your head open, thinking I was just joking. And then when I showed her my hand, she said, oh my God, quick, let me sort you out. She started panicking. But I tell you this much, I have never had any female in my whole life that's treated me the way Nanita, my wife today, has ever treated me before. Nanisa is the best out of the lot, and she's helped in many ways. And I got up one morning this week and I couldn't breathe properly. It felt like there was something stuck in my throat, and she got so concerned. She ended up getting some warm water for me, said, right, here, drink this, calm down. And I tell you, she was brilliant. I tell you, without her, I don't think I'd survive in this climate. I'll tell you this much, it's either make or break for me, and I'm a tough person. I'm going to fight it all the way. I'm going to survive in the Philippines. I don't care what anybody says. So yeah, I've just finished unpacking the shopping upstairs. My dearly beloved wife's just dealing with the shop, all the things that we have to buy for the shop downstairs. I'm going down there now, give her a helping hand. And I'm going to wrap up today's video, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon and throw us a like, please. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.